All right, good evening. Welcome to the Farron Dozier Show on KCAA Radio, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM. Also streaming from the KCAA Radio.com website and MBRadio.us. We got to bless the show before we get started. Let's go. When I was in my mother's womb, I had a calling on my life to do something in the glory of God and marry it like a wife. Commit myself to his word and never be led astray. And when it's all over, when he comes, I'll be glad to see that day in the morning time. All right, good evening and welcome to the Farron Dozier Show on KCAA Radio 106.5 FM at 1050 AM. Also streaming from the KCAA Radio.com website, the station that leaves no listener behind, and MBRadio. That's right, MBRadio on all streaming platforms, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you go, Roku as well. Right now we're streaming there, so you can go download the apps of the KCAA Radio or the MBR network radio app as well on whatever streaming devices that you utilize, your laptop, cell phone. Just go get the apps, and there you can catch us streaming all over. Catch the other shows. Shouts out to MBR Radio for allowing me to partner with them and bring my military talk show back on their platform. And tonight is very special. We're gonna have some fun. Let me take care of these PSAs first, because tonight's very special to me because my guy Sportslog is here, and he's part of my story. He's part of my testimony. He's a key part of why I'm still alive. If you talk to Alan, you remember how Alan said, he thanks me for introducing him to the Dr. Save You supplements. Well, I thank this guy Sportslog for partnering with me 14 years ago when I barely started this talk show. 14 years. You're about to meet the guy from 14 years ago. That story is the truth. So he's here, and I wanted to have, some NFL, Major League Baseball side. I mean, you'll see for yourself. The guy knows his sports, still does to this day. So he's going to be here. I got Jody, aka DBC, here as well. Shouts out to the Sports Collective media team. They're out there doing their thing, and also shouts out to Coach Alan Emmanuel, who is out there doing his thing as well. So again, this is the Farron Dozier Show on KCA Radio and MBR Network as well. So let's get this party started. Y'all ready? Let me see. Oh, for that information about sickle cell trait, WDCONSCT.org. That is one of the main reasons why I'm here, to bring awareness to sickle cell trait. So stay tuned for more of that.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at MBRadio.us.
Some of us still carry the burden of battle. It threatens to drown us in our everyday lives. In battle, we had our weapons and combat gear to keep us safe, to keep us confident. But when we returned home, we were not armed with weapons and gear to cope with our own minds. I was lucky to find my combat gear, my mental weapon, and it's called Calmago. Calmago is a drug-free device that allows you to achieve calm in less than 3 minutes. In moments of anxiety, stress, anger, panic, or insomnia, not with medication, but rather by activating the parasympathetic nervous system through breathing regulation and multisensory stimulation. A recent study has shown that Calmago decreases PTSD and anxiety levels in veterans, helping those who are suffering and having a long-lasting effect. Visit Calmago.com to learn how you can get Calmago through the VA or with a special veterans discount code.
Get ready for an epic collaboration as MBRadio and Patriot Radio join forces. These veteran-owned stations are uniting to bring you top-notch veteran-run podcasts along with your favorite classic rock music 24/7. Stay tuned for the ultimate radio experience that celebrates our heroes and plays the tunes that never get old. From engaging discussions to timeless hits, this partnership has everything you need for your listening pleasure. Don't miss out on this exciting new chapter in radio history as MBRadio and Patriot Radio come together to rock your world.
This is Farron from the Farron Dozier Show, 8 p.m. Pacific Time on KCAA Radio, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM. Also streaming from the KCAA Radio.com website, the station that leaves no listener behind, and MBRadio. That's right, MBRadio on all their streaming platforms, including MBRadio on Roku TV, Sunday nights live, 8 p.m. Pacific Time on KCAA Radio and MBRadio.us. The Farron Dozier Show. For more information, search farrond.com. All right, and welcome back to the Farron Dozier Show. Again, tonight's segment is very special to me because as I share my story traveling around the country, internationally and nationally, I cannot leave this guy out of my story. He is a very key part of why I'm even in front of you today. As I shared in my transition out of the military, it was very challenging for me for my medical retirement, not by choice. I experienced sickle cell trait exertion with rhabdomyolysis, pretty much ended my career. And I had some friends, prior to that, I would be at the sports bar. My veteran community, my military community knows that we were like Cheers at the Fridays in Torrance. And so very much into sports, watching all the games at the bar, Monday night football, Sunday football, basketball, all of that. But in that depression and anxiety of my experience, I can tell you I lost interest in a lot of things in life. And sports was one of those. And in sharing that, I shared that some friends of mine saw me in this kind of state of mind that I was in. And they were like, man, you should go do like some kind of, we've seen this Blog Talk platform. You should go do a show on Blog Talk or something about sports, just kind of keep your mind occupied. And so I did. I looked up Blog Talk, found the platform, didn't know what I was in this space right here at home with a phone line and a laptop back in 2010, late 2009 into 2010, and went on Facebook, searched, and I found this page called Sportslog, Sports Wall. And his page was like listing of everything, you name it, from hockey, soccer, badminton. The guy just didn't miss a beat. And so I reached out to him and asked him, hey, would you like to, host this sports show with me? Now, mind you, he is on the East Coast. So it's 11 o'clock right now on his side of town. And I kid you not, he said yes. I had another lady, Debbie. She also came aboard because I wanted a female's perspective on the show. So the three of us were on this Blog Talk show. I was drinking Bacardi. Bacardi and Coke, but also cranberry juice and vodka like an hour before the show because I was just so nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. And this guy hung in there. I think the only reason why we didn't do a show is because I couldn't do the show. And I want to say maybe we missed Sportslog, maybe 2 episodes, probably out of the whole entire time that we shared these platforms together. I think we may have done missed maybe 1 or 2 shows the most, maybe 2 the most. And so I acknowledge this guy because he became a part of this life that I have. He watered that seed that my friends planted. And I could still talk trash, but he led the charge. He brought the subjects. He brought the topics. I just comment, and things like that. And to this day, still, I have no real much interest in sports. However, what I do care about in sports is the mental toughness, right? The mindset, because that's something that I had to go through and deal with. And if you look at athletes and military personnel, or even people who wear uniforms, sometimes when that uniform comes off, and if that identity is trapped in that uniform, whether it's a football jersey or a basketball jersey or a soccer jersey or boxing gloves or a camouflage uniform or a police officer uniform or a firefighter's uniform, even doctors, sometimes that transition is tough. It's change. And who we become outside of that uniform is going to be very important. And so I share that when I do my advocacy work around sickle cell trait for my veterans, and even with athletes here. Don't lose your identity. Like that camouflage, that uniform is what you get to do. Is not you as a person. Don't lose sight of who you are as a person. And I had to do that. I had to figure out who I was, what I was up, what my life was about, and here I am. A sickle cell trait advocate. I have these platforms to speak and share information. I share this conversation with other chronic illnesses, with other different types of conversations. And this guy here tonight is a part of that. So I want to bring him to the deck and just let him share what's happening, man.
What's the count?
Man, Sportslog.
How we living?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight with me. Anything you want to share about our relationship? Oh, let me tell the listeners. Now, mind you, this is 2010. We did not meet face to face until I had an opportunity to fly to Boston and to speak at Bluebird Bio's scientists. I did a sickle cell trait talk in Boston, and I think that was 2018 or 2017. So like 7 years.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Like
7-8 years we hadn't met face to face.
Yeah.
But we did.
He said, come into Boston. I'm here for a little bit. I'm like, all right, hey, we never met.
We met halfway at the mall.
Yeah, I think we went to like big place recognizable, so we could, I'd be able to find Cambridge Side Galleria, beautiful area. But it's just a parking garage. We hung out for grab something to eat. It's like a half an hour you had layover, an hour. Yeah, it was pretty wild. I remember driving.
Anything you want to say about 2010 up until today? I mean, just kind of share your perspective, whatever you remember. I know that's my side of the story.
2010. Whoa, that seems like a while ago. Because it was, but
it was
so much. I mean, if I could go back and tell that guy something like, hey, you'll get a lot of ups and downs, but try to ride the middle of them up. But it's been a long ride, and it took a while to get here. I guess, but
no doubt,
it's been a good one. I keep in touch, and I keep up to date, and just try to keep my finger on it.
Yeah. Well, that and now from Sportslog, Sportswall to Sportslog, SportsPulse, because he's keeping his finger on it.
Keeping my, I like that. Nice. That's good.
Keeping his finger on that post. But before we get out, let me bring Jody, aka DBC, man. I know you're on mute, man. I just want to introduce you to the peoples, man. If you're there, if you want to shout us out or you want to chime in into this first half of this sports talk, man, you're more than welcome. What's happening, man?
Hey, what's going on? I was going to say thank you for having me. I always enjoy the shows every week. We're going to keep doing what we're doing, because all these conversations are very important and they are needed.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you. And by the way, Sportslog, Jody is a Broncos fan, so feel free to pick them apart at any time.
Well, I'm up here in the, I like the Boston teams a bit. I'm in the Northeast, but the Patriots have a pretty good run. But the Broncos, they're a formidable opponent. They had their way with the Packers tonight, so let's, I'm enjoying the preseason. The Broncos look all right, but it's a big mix right now. Let's see how it all bubbles together.
So I gotta ask you, you have this San Francisco 49ers hat on? Did you lose the bet?
What? Because they lost the Super Bowl? Well, I got the hat before that, and I've been a San Fran fan. What was that guy's name? Montana. I think they named a state after.
Oh, okay.
But I've always liked San Fran, and I was on a whim, bought a hat last year. I had to wait 3-1-3. I had to wait for this year for my Detroit hat, which I'll get probably in a month or so.
Yeah,
before anything's bad. But I like to switch it around. I mean, I'm a local geography has set me where I am. I'm a local guy, but I dig all. I have other teams too. You know?
Yeah, no, man. Again, man, thank you for hanging out with me again after all these years. We've been back and forth from a few episodes from LA Talk Live. You came and hung out over there. I think you came to Morris Media Studios and hung out over there before we shut down when the pandemic happened. So he and I are not strangers at all. But I wanted, someone to fulfill that space of that professional level kind of conversation, man. And I knew you could handle it.
I appreciate that. And no, I mean, hey, it is what it is. And you just got to appreciate what's going on and keep up to date. That's what I'm saying. Every day it's something different. It's such a perpetual machine.
Yeah.
You always want to have a fresh look at something. Always keep an open mind, but always just keep looking for something good. To get that competitive nature, the spirit. The Olympics were great.
Yeah,
such good talent, so many good Olympiads. Yeah.
So I guess I want to kind of have the listeners kind of. We got a little bit of feedback, Sportslog.
For me?
Yeah, I think it's yourself. So let me take this break real quick and we're going to figure that out. All right. This is the Farron Dozier Show on KCA Radio. This is live. So this is what happens. Anything is possible here. So we're going to come back. I'm going to actually put some headphones on myself because maybe that might be my feedback coming from this computer over here. So let's play some PSAs, come back and get back into some sports highlights. How about that? All right. The Farron Dozier Show on KCA Radio. MBRadio.us. Make sure you check out those sites, kcaradio.com. Oh, and if you're in the Inland Empire and you're driving around and you got to get out of your car, grab your device, type in kcaaradio.com, and you can check us streaming from the website of kcaradio.com live right now. And make sure you go get the apps too, both platforms. The Farron Dozier Show.
Introducing J&J Beard Co., your go-to destination for high-quality handmade and natural beard products. Our family-owned business, based in New Jersey, prides itself on using the finest ingredients to bring you premium products that will elevate your grooming routine. Each product is carefully crafted with love and expertise, ensuring that you get the best care for your beard. Treat yourself to the luxury of J&J Beard Co. and experience the difference that true quality and craftsmanship can make for your beard. Join the J&J Beard Co. family today and unleash the full potential of your facial hair with our exceptional products. Find them on the web at jjbeardco.com. That's jjbeardco.com.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, did you see the game last night?
Oh, that was a good game.
But did you see the shot?
I lost money from that shot.
Oh, man, that shot was cold,
I
man.
hated it, but it was good. Damn. What's in those jeans?
You really want to know?
I do.
Exhaustion, muscle spasms, asthmatic issues, unexpected sickle cell trait crises.
Damn. Are you serious? When I was young, I found out I had sickle cell trait. My mom's told me, but I ain't have no knowledge of it. But when I got older, I had a child, and the doctor told me my daughter has sickle cell trait. You know the facts that both parents have sickle cell trait? There's a 50% chance the child may have the trait, and 25% chance the child may have the disease.
Hey, that's what's the count. Do you know that 2.5 million people in the United States have sickle cell trait, 300 million people globally? I didn't find out I had sickle cell trait until I was in the Army 10 years. Next thing you know, I had a sickle cell trait exertion site.
Sickle cell? I thought that was a black gene or something.
Nah, man, the Latin community is number 2. 1 out of 36,000 babies are being born with sickle cell disease. You could be Caucasian, Mediterranean, European. You gotta know your bloodline, man. There is an inherited gene in our community that has been forgotten. The name is sickle cell trait. WDCONSCT, also known as What's the Count, is out to bring awareness, education, and prevention to people all over the globe. Want more information? Call us now at 323-215-5384 or visit www.wdconsct.org. Zetovia salve, made from natural and organic ingredients, good for inflammation, poor circulation, hemorrhoids, yeast infection, lip sores, dry coughs, eye pain, minor cuts and bruises, and ready to purchase at botanicaherbalco.com. BOTANICAHERBALCO.com. botanicaherbalco.com.
All right, again, welcome back to the Farron Dozier Show on KCA Radio, 106.5 FM and 1050 AM. Also stream from the KCARadio.com website and MBRadio.us on all their platforms. Make sure you check us out. Again, my guy Sportslog is here. Hopefully, I took care of that situation. Sportslog, can you hear me? You there, Sportslog? No, you're on mute on one.
I hear you. Can you hear me any better?
Oh yeah, let me see.
Don't have a.
Let me see. You got two. I got you on two.
You got me now.
I got you on two stages right now.
I got earbuds.
Let's see. This is where we are. Let me see.
Technology is catching up to me faster than I can do anything.
Yeah, there you go.
That didn't work, huh?
No, I got you. Can you hear
All
me?
right, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Google was taking over my mic, so I got earbuds and I can hear you, and you can hear me okay, and there's no echo, no stutter. All right, now we're golden.
All right. So
I'm catching up.
No, you good. You're good. Like I said, this is live, and so people get to see. Hey, this is what it looks like. You want to host a talk show? You got to be able to handle.
Yeah.
This is not pre-recorded. This is live.
No. I dropped the whole veil for this, man. And the whole background lost. I didn't switch rooms. I'm in the same spot. Just lost my virtual reality.
Don't worry about it. All right. So I'm gonna bring up DBC because, like I said, he is a Broncos fan. So I got.
All right.
I got the Let me add the sports page here. So I got the NBC sports log up here. I got right now the 18th so far today. There was the Saints and the 49ers. Clearly the 49ers.
The Saints. Go ahead, no sir.
No. So clearly the 49ers won. What do you want to talk about with that one?
It's preseason. I was thinking about it earlier. It's kind of just what happens when you lose, like, a wing on a plane or like the engine on the other side or the tail. You're still trying to land the plane. They're just trying to get through all the mess of the roster cutdowns and everything. And it's get a win. I think that's what the NFL wants to see is every team should get a win in the preseason. There's so much less denounce of parity where just get out there. Who do you got in your team? What can they do? Show the coaches something. But it was a good night tonight. Broncos beat up on the Packers, and so I'm sure our friends. But it's preseason. You can't really gauge anything. Everybody predicts. The predictions are crazy. Fantasy football, really. Oh, this guy's going to be great. You just don't know.
Right. You don't know. But the 49ers have had some problems, though, man, as far as getting that ring. What is the missing piece of that puzzle?
They could have signed Brandon Ayuk when they had the chance, but not facing Kansas City would have been a great option last year. But they may make it back. Kansas City trying to get that first team to three-peat. San Fran, sign somebody like Brandon Ayuk on the team before any of that mess happens. But just keep running the ball. You got one of the best running backs in the league, Christian McCaffrey. Just keep running the ball, and Brock Purdy will develop that defense. You're up there. You're up there on offense, and you're good on defense. Keep the balance. Let it go.
So I want to populate this one here since you are a New England fan.
Well, I liked them when they were 1-15, only because it was the only thing on the TV that Sunday. But I was pretty young then. I watched the Eason and I watched the Patriots get to the Super Bowl, lose pretty bad that first time, then they get there again. But I mean, when you can latch on to a shooting star like the number 199th pick of the draft,
right.
No one gets that lucky. No one will get that lucky again. And that guy had a lot to do with it. But you know, I mean, I like watching all football. I watch every game as the TV allows or what's out there, just because it's it's a dynamic sport, and it holds all the the questions and answers you want. Everybody at work and hey, to see this game. Who's your team? How's your fantasy team?
What do you think? Your Patriots. What are they gonna? What's your prediction on that?
Hey man, we had enough losing. We got some winning. I don't want to say we had enough winning, but I don't know. I mean, they don't have the first step of trying to jump off the ledge and get as far as they can. I think they're just trying to build it back up.
Yeah.
Gerard Mayo, we'll see how he is. I mean, he's a Belichick guy. He was personally one of my favorite linebackers at the time. People, he didn't have a lot of highlights and he didn't have a lot of statistics. That's because people ran away from him. That's how dominant he was.
Yeah.
But well, they're saying 5 and 6 wins. That's a little. I mean, that could be realistic, but we'll see. It's a tough division this time around. You got.
Did you say
Josh
5 or
Allen.
6 wins? Did you say 5 or 6 wins? Is that what you said?
Hey, I would hope for like 7, 8. I mean, you got an extra game in there now, but I mean, they got to face that division 6 times. Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Tua, who's one of the higher paid guys now, and it's a tough conference. The AFC has been the tougher conference, bendably, back and forth.
Yeah.
Seems like Kansas City, it's been hard to beat world beaters at all, and they start off limping. They jump high, they start off high, and they continue it right out. See what they can do. No team's ever won 3.
No. DBC, man, I know you over there kind of quiet, man. What are you predicting from your Broncos over there? You got anything you want to say about that?
We got new uniforms, a good quarterback. I predict we make the playoffs. Playoffs for us.
Uniforms say it all, man.
You heard that Sportslog? He said uniform. They got.
No, I mean, I just believe they're going to make the playoffs outside of their uniforms. I just think they're a good team, better than they were last year. But they should have kept Russell Wilson one more year, but he didn't get along with the coach.
and the upper office. You got to get along with John Elway in that organization. But the coaching turnovers is the way they've had. Let's see them make some noise. They need to find some solidarity in the quarterback, but they have some talent, and the defense is always. The Orange Crush has always been. They've always been putting up solid linebacker numbers, trying to stop the run. Do the basic moves for defense. They should be all right this year. I don't know about playoffs. It's a tough division. You got to battle Kansas City, the whole conference too. Where are the wild cards coming this year? I think that's going to be. That's gonna be the battle.
Faders.
What'd you say?
I hope we be better than the Faders.
And they just named what was it? Gardner Minshew. They named him starting quarterback today because they haven't gotten on the right track. Derek Carr didn't pan out. They let him go. Now Gardner Minshew. So you can probably get 2 wins against them, but they got a pretty solid defense and some talent across the offense. But teams don't stay together long enough to, get some, just get camaraderie that you need on a football team.
Yeah,
Trading players in and out doesn't always work.
That camaraderie equals that chemistry, and that could definitely play a role or told in that situation.
Oh yeah,
how that team flows together.
It's football. There's so much involved. It's not just offense, defense, special teams, intangibles. There's so many cogs in the machine.
Now I know you're saying it's still early, so I'm not gonna be too hard on the subject. But what is your take on the Falcons in Baltimore?
The Falcons in Baltimore, as far as
this prediction this season. It's early.
Again, that division. Pittsburgh looks like they've made the right moves. They've got a 2-headed dragon who, that has to do a lot with injury. You lose your starting quarterback, you got to have something to do. You got to have some kind of answer. And right now they have the best 1-2 punch, but I mean, you're talking about Mike Tomlin, the most tenured guy in the NFL, and he can come up with, he had Slash. Oh no, that was Tomlin. I mean, Cowher, but he can do that type of stuff. And just move somebody around on the offensive line, put somebody in the slot. It's like and now with two quarterbacks, kind of puts a lot of scramble. So I do like Pittsburgh in that division. Baltimore will have a tough time. Cincinnati, Joe needs to bounce back, and that could be the toughest division with all of those teams. So you just got to find a spot in the, you got to win your division if you want to make the playoffs, but you just got to find a spot behind somebody else. And that's going to be tough this year. The American Conference, the North, man, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Both Norths, the NFC, Green Bay, Detroit. Those are going to be some nice games.
Oh yeah. Detroit finally found their rhythm.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Detroit. I mean, Barry Sanders there, he's one of my early favorites. But they do look like they're putting together. And Campbell, he's a tough guy, and you like that. And the guys are backing him. So it could be a really good year for the line.
I remember being stationed in Detroit, and they were all the joke was they were waiting for Barry to come back.
I was questioning. I couldn't believe it myself. I questioned, like, why would he walk away? I watched the what was it on Prime? I think the special on him, and he said it all.
Yeah,
the game had changed for him. All his friends were gone off the team, and they wanted to just run, Barry, run. I wanted to run towards the championship, not away from everybody else.
All right, so we got on the screen, we got New York and Houston. I think Houston's been making a change the last few years too, though, right?
CJ Stroud could be your MVP this year. That
really?
Kid, the sophomore step he takes, it's either going to, Houston will make the playoffs. I'm assuming, that's probably one of your less decided divisions. I mean, you got a lot of differential equation. Indianapolis, Jacksonville, Houston. I mean, those are some movement teams. But it's how you play out and history, and just how you handle injuries and get through the year, and you know what I mean. And the teams are so much more now, and you got an extra game. I think there's a lot to it that just there's so much more intangibles than there ever used to be.
Yeah, definitely today. I think the one thorn in my side is Cincinnati, man.
And the Bears. Whoa, you and those Bears fans, man. I don't know. But the Bears look like they're poised too. They got the big pick, the number one head, and Romeo Odunze. I can't get his last name right yet, but he's a premier catch, and they'll have a big year as long as they can stay healthy. That's a tough division. And Caleb, he's a big guy, but he's young and needs a lot of reps.
DBC, do you got another team besides the Broncos that you follow? You got any other interest?
Follow the Ravens. I can't believe he didn't mention Derrick Henry, man. Derrick Henry's going to take them a long way with his running. But the Ravens is close. I feel they got the right piece now. I really do. Derrick Henry. I think they'll be better than Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't like Mike Tomlin anyway. Still respect, man.
We don't like him either, but he's good. I mean, he's a great coach, and he can do a lot with that team. He's done he has the most 10 wins, I think, or something like that. Last year, he secured a pretty big score, pretty big record.
He's going to get fired this time.
What?
If they go on the losing streak this coming season, he will get fired.
He hasn't had a losing streak. What are you talking about?
He's had 10 wins plus, and every.
Yeah.
I think if he falters, or if he ever gets close to a hot seat mid-season with only like 4 wins, I mean, how do you replace? It's the same, the most tenured coach is the hardest guy to get out of the league, to get a replacement. Find somebody who's going to replace him.
I mean, they lost 2 preseason games for so far. Like I said, we're just getting started, so it's real early.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. But defense is at a premium this year because of some of the different rules. You got a new kickoff going on. A lot of guys are just going to be out there just hitting people because they don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a good season. I just, it's wide open. That's what I like about it.
Wide open. So Sportslog, man, I hope, man, that you hang out with us this season, man. We're 11 o'clock your time Sunday night. So whenever you are available, man, I hope that you can come in and give us 10 to 15 minutes of some highlights or some.
My pleasure. Yeah, this is when it all comes. This is when it all comes down on a Sunday night, and you got people are just waiting for the stuff to happen. Sure, well, I love Little League baseball, but it's only 3 weeks. It's only 3 weeks till opening day for most teams,
Yeah.
So yeah, we're getting in the mode, doing the drafts.
Exactly. So I appreciate you, man, for hanging out tonight, man. Again, thank you so much. Like I said, you are nothing less than a blessing for me. The passion that I have for this talk shows, definitely you help fuel that conversation, man, and just turn my life completely around, man. So I thank God for placing you in my life too, bro. You're a true friend, man. True friend. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate that, man. It's always nice to hear. Great talking with you, my friend. And
all right, man.
We'll do it again.
We'll do it again.
Worked out. All right.
No doubt. Thank you.
All right, bro. You take care.
You too.
I'll see you.
All right. This again is the Farron Dozier Show. I got DBC on deck, man. Me and DBC gonna have a talk for a second, but before that, let's play some PSAs. Again, this is the Farron Dozier Show on KC Radio. That was Sportslog, Sports Wall, aka now Sportslog, SportsPulse. So make sure you check him out. I got him tagged in all the social media, especially on Facebook. Find his page over there, Sportslog, SportsPulse on Facebook. Check out his highlights. I reach out to him. I can't wait till the fanatic segments come where we get to challenge his knowledge with some sports fans out there. So if you're a sports fan and you want to be a part of this segment, you want to talk about, shout out your favorite team or whatever you want to talk trash about your team, as long as it's clean, because we are on AM/FM radio simultaneously, streaming on Roku TV and other platforms. So only keep your family. We good. All right. We'll be right back with the Farron Dozier Show on KC Radio and MBRadio. Do you remember studying sickle cell in biology class? What's the Count on Sickle Cell Trait Prevention is here to bring you awareness, education, and prevention conversations around the risk factors of this inherited gene. Visit wdconsct.org. This is Farron from the Farron Dozier Show, 8 p.m. Pacific Time on KCAA Radio, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM. Also streaming from the KCAA Radio.com website, the station that leaves no listener behind, and MBR Radio. That's right, MBR Radio on all their streaming platforms, including MBR Radio on Roku TV, Sunday nights live, 8 p.m. Pacific Time on KCAA Radio and MBRadio.us. The Farron Dozier Show. For more information, search farrond.com.
Muchos de nosotros nos vemos afectados por la enfermedad de células falciformes a diario y un número creciente simplemente no nos damos cuenta. Los impactos de esta enfermedad afectan a todas las personas y en especialmente a las personas de color y con antecedentes diversos. Estar en servicio conmigo y con los demás a medida que creamos una mayor conciencia sobre cómo identificar y dirigir el tratamiento de los rasgos de células falciformes y ayudar a las familias a saber cómo superar el trastorno de células falciformes. WDCONS.
I just wanna breathe this name, my God. Lift this name up high, dedicate this life, give them all we got. Testify with our hands out, I keep them up in the sky. I just wanna praise. I just wanna praise.
lovely mother tried to make it easy. But we was some knuckles though. We used to let them knuckles throw. We used to let them chuckles go when we thought about the places we would go. Yeah, lights off. Yeah, no, really. Lights off. Yeah, no money. Lights off. Under the candlelight.
All right, again, and welcome back to the Farron Dozier Show. That's right. You can catch me Sunday nights. Well, check it out. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. on the Revolution Radio Show, GH3, God's House of Hip Hop. Used to be Dash Radio. Now they're lit live. So make sure you go get that app or that website and check us out over there. So it's Saturday at 7 p.m., the Revolution Radio Show. And then again on Sunday at 5 p.m. Shouts out to J Love and Lillian. They are taking a break. So guess who's, holding down the show? That's me, Farron, aka WDC. But I got a new co-host who's stepping in. One Way TK is going to be my partner in the show. One Way TK. So make sure you check us out. On all platforms, I'm at Farron Dozier. But he and I are going to team up together, keep that show going. Our first guest together is going to be my man, aka DBC, because September kicks off Sickle Cell Awareness Month for us. And so I wanted to make sure that Jody has an opportunity to share his gospel. He's a gospel rapper as well. So, share some of that gospel rap, but more about helping us kick off sickle cell trait and sickle cell disease, all combined nationally, Sickle Cell Awareness Month for September. So, and again, about sickle cell trait is very important. I know this station is based out of Denver, Colorado. And just to touch on how important that is for this conversation is that places like Denver, Colorado are known to be dangerous, if that's a good word for that, around sickle cell trait carriers because of the oxygen levels are thin there, right? So a person with sickle cell trait could experience or be experiencing some complications to those red blood cells because of the lack of oxygen, right? Because we have one normal red blood cell and we have one that's the sickle shaped trait, which you can see behind me on my banner. The one that looks like a crescent moon is the sickle cell trait gene, and the other red blood cell is the donut shape, as you can see behind me. That donut shape, if you have normal red blood cells, lives about 120 days. That sickle cell crescent moon shape only lives about 20 days. So you can see how important that is for oxygen to take place through the body. And when you have one defective gene like sickle cell trait or thalassemia trait or alpha thalassemia or beta thalassemia or C trait or D trait or OA-Rab or Monroe, hundreds of different types of red blood cell conditions out there. Sickle cell trait is just one. So I'm going to pull up my website real quick before I bring up DBC. If you go to wdconsct.org, you can check us out. This is my life after the military right here. I was born with that inherited gene, and I thank God that He trusted me, He trusted my family to pass that gene to me to become an advocate, to bring awareness. So when you go through those trials and tribulations of your life, especially as a veteran, like I said in the beginning, our identity for some of us could be trapped in that uniform. And we walk around as all human beings. One of the questions is, why was I born? Why am I here? What's my purpose? What's my passion? What's my gift? Like, these are the conversations that we have silently to ourselves. And without those answers, sometimes, worst case, we feel like we don't belong. We feel like I'm on my own. There's something wrong with me. Whatever that is, that's not the truth, right? And so this sickle cell trait has become my work. And if you go to wdconsct.org, you will see all of the basic information that we have about sickle cell trait. So important. African Americans, we are number one, but you could be Caucasian, Mediterranean, Asian descent, Saudi Arabian. So I got on the page the list of all the different backgrounds of who carries the sickle cell trait, because it combats malaria. Right. So if you understand sickle cell trait, those parts of the world where malaria is present, each culture had their red blood cell gene, defective gene, to combat the malaria, so they had an opportunity to survive if they got malaria. So you can have a chance to survive malaria if your red blood cells, like a sickle cell trait person, maybe from 25% to 40, 42% of those red blood cells, if those are the S trait, you have an opportunity to survive malaria. And that's what the body created. The body created that defective gene so that people can survive malaria, right? So if you go to the website, you'll be able to go through the different tabs and just visit each page. The support page here, there's our donation page. This is our basketball platform that we're bringing using the ABA membership to bring awareness in Ventura County around the Ventura Orcas. Those are how we're going to raise some funds to support our awareness, our travels. So we are partnered with the ABA as a platform to play 20 games, 10 home games, 10 away games, and bring some awareness nationally with that platform, but also chase the ABA championship, right? So we have an opportunity as an organization, as a member of the ABA, the American Basketball Association. If you remember, Dr. J came from there. I met Brian Taylor. So Brian Taylor was the one who was giving all those dimes to Dr. J. He's going to be working with us in our ABA platform as well. So you can go to that page there and check out what our mission is. If you'd like to participate, you could always go there and donate or reach out to us for more information there. Who is Farron? I have my page there, just about all the different things that I'm up to in the community. We got a place where you can take the survey. My daughter Dozier created that survey in her college course, and so we use that now for the last maybe about 6 years or 7 years now. We have the contact page. We have the page about all of the different talk shows that I have. You can see there, from the Farron Dozier show to the GH3, and also the Blog Talk show, right? And also I'm on the Breakthrough Network with Beyond 2D on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday. So just go to the website. Like I said, you can check us out there, about us, the awareness. And guess who's on the page? My guy Jody, aka DBC. We performed the Battle of the Genes, so he has a page on there, so you can make sure you go and check him out, see what he's up to, the stuff that he cares about as well. Let me bring him on stage, man, because I'm over here talking. DBC, you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so I got your tab up right now. So just sharing information about what we're up to as far as our sickle cell disease conversations. But I want to say this Jody, before you say something. This is my daughter. One of my daughters has sickle cell trait. One out of my 3 daughters has sickle cell. That's Deja. She's also an advocate. She supports the conversation around giving birth and blood drives. That's what she cares about. But I want you to know that we have the trait doctor, Dr. Maisha, who has taken on helping trait patients be taken care of by their doctors. So she is able to see patients in 20 states based on the consultation. So if you have sickle cell trait out there and you want more information, you're having some troubles having your doctors pay attention and listen to you, because a lot of the doctors say that sickle cell trait doesn't cause any complications, it shouldn't have any problems, just don't mate with another person with sickle cell disease. Well, that's not the case. There are risk factors, there are issues, health challenges around sickle cell trait, as I've shared mine. So you can make sure you can go to the website, reach out to inscription.co, or go to the website and click who is Dr. Maisha, check her out, click on the tab, and it'll take you to the website. We have a whole curriculum of CMEs and CEs that we put together for her to re-educate doctors and nurses, coaches at that medical staff level. I'm the patient advocate, so I take care of the community piece, but she is the doctor, and so she makes sure that I stay on track. But with her expertise as sickle cell trait and other red blood cell conditions, she is now the trait doctor. So if you have issues with the trait and you need support, wdconsct.org, you can go there and find her tab. I think that's pretty much the main points about that. I got a tab for the risk factors. the red cells versus white cells. This is where Jody and I coming together. He's allowed me to be on that track, the battle of the genes. But is that gonna play? I don't think it's. Let's see.
I fell asleep for a minute, I was scared. I didn't feel my heartbeat, man, was I dead? Running out of air and I passed out. Now I understand myself being dying. The red was the battle of the Jews, Lord set me free. From the battle of the Jews, I got the victory. Real time, feeling sick, never lost my focus. But once in a while, I feel so hopeless. Sick my whole life, but I kept the fight.
So, Jody, did that play loud?
Yes, I can hear it.
Oh, it was? Okay, cool. So that's the battle of genes right there. I'm gonna finish letting that play. I got the video up, Jody, so they could see. This is when we was at Pastor Ron's church before he passed away. We went and had a celebration. It was about 5 days that week that we were able to perform the battle of genes. So this is us right here. Let me let that play for a little bit.
Then 20 years later, I received Christ, all I hear for a reason. He cells are tricky, breaking my body down. I feel like screaming. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I gotta believe those red blood cells. I won't sell. Free can't let them overtake me. Now it won't happen. Just like it looks. Yeah, you can pray all you want to, even change your diet. Already checked in, just like a high. No, you won't stop me. Yes, you can mock me. Look as you can see, red cells keep dropping. I fell asleep.
So that's our advocacy work right there. He and I, I'm blessed to be a part of that battle of the genes. He's the red cell. I'm the white cell. If you understand about sickle cell trait and sickle cell disease or the anemia, some people, when they have those crises, those white cells rise up and they attack to kill off those dead cells. But sometimes those white cells kills off the good cells, and even sometimes it attacks the organs. So like lupus, if you understand lupus is an autoimmune disease. Those are the white cells. And sometimes it's like having your secret servicemen attack you to protect you. Instead of protecting you, they attack you. So those white blood cells sometimes rise up so high that they attack the good organs and the good parts of the body and the good cells. So that's the battle of the genes right there. And again, just make sure you go check us out. We got a sports camp that we're working on as well. Again, we're going to connect that with the Orcas and the Riverside County Mavericks, and also some after school programs and things like that. So that's the life that we get to live. Jody's my teammate. We just came from Camp Roberts, speaking at the base there. I'm thankful that the Army has started to retest their soldiers on their annual physicals and their new recruits. Right. So the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, they test their soldiers, airmen, and seamen because of the types of job skills. However, with sickle cell trait, the Army was testing for the anemia, but now there's shouts out to Dr. O'Connor, who has been doing a study around African-American soldiers and why some of us have had complications and some don't. And so they just went across the board and just started retesting everybody. And so again, it's not just a black gene. We're all mixed and blended today. So you could have that gene in your family as well. Hispanic, Mediterranean, Asian descent. Anything else, Jody, you want to say before we get out of here?
I'm just excited, looking forward to Sickle Cell Awareness Month next month. One of our busiest months. I'm looking forward to September.
Yeah, we will. We'll be posting some information for the Cayenne Wellness Sickle Cell Conference in September. He and I will be there together, speaking and moderating some programs, some conversations with the Cayenne Wellness. We appreciate that. I think I've done, I don't know, at least 10. I lost track of how many of the Cayenne Wellness engagements I've been able to speak with, but definitely blessed to be a part of that conversation and hold down that sickle cell trait talk with them. What else, man? I think that's it, man. Sportslog, you there? Can I bring you back up, Sportslog? You willing to come back up and say your goodbyes, man? Let me see. You still there hanging out, man? I saw you down there. What's happening?
Yeah, I was listening.
Oh, cool, man.
Just working everything in. Stream going out. Enjoying.
Cool, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. All right, so I think our time is up. DBC, man, I appreciate you for hanging out tonight too as well. Shouts out to the Sports Collective team. I got to get out of here. Again, this is WDC on SCT.org, the Farron Dozier Show on KCA Radio, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM. Also streaming from the KCAA Red.com website and MBRadio.us. Make sure you go there and check out my brothers and sisters who are doing their podcast here. Shouts out to MBR.